A nonprofit says this food pantry is in danger of closing its doors unless it gets the right permits. But businesses in the area say this part of Las Vegas Boulevard is the wrong place for the mission, and they're worried it could draw even more homeless people to this growing part of downtown.
We can't give to the public, unfortunately, so sorry if you're coming. But it was a code violation for us to be giving food to the public.
The folks who run Hebron say they're fighting to keep a food pantry open and feed the hungry. But some businesses say giving this nonprofit a greater foothold to help the homeless and the needy, it's all bad for business in a booming part of Las Vegas.
Since this has been a food pantry that has been here since 2012, we want to make things legal here.
Nonprofit Caridad took over the former Veterans Village property and food pantry. 130 low-income tenants live here. Caridad also helps the homeless get jobs. Some of them now pay rent to live here. All tenants need the food pantry. Caridad also gives food to needy neighbors, but Chief Kindness Officer Meredith Spriggs says they had to stop until they got the proper city permits. Documents say the operation of this business fell outside the scope of the licensing as services were being provided for non-residents. Therefore, a special use permit is requested for a rescue mission or shelter for the homeless. Some city officials recommend denial, saying approval of a homeless shelter at this location would discourage redevelopment in downtown Las Vegas, and the goal is revitalization of commercial areas along Las Vegas Boulevard.
We just won't have food. 100% of our tenants utilize it. These are low-income, fixed-income individuals. Either they're disabled, they're seniors.
Saying that they're going to do the very same thing that they are doing so far, so I'm not sure why they are applying for a homeless shelter. A lot of drug addicts, a lot of people that breaking into rooms.
Jai Mordo, who manages properties in the area, says even if Hebron and Caridad argue they won't change what they're doing and all this is zoning red tape, he and others worry a stronger permit could allow the nonprofit to expand homeless services, and that could attract more homeless to the area.
They should be working with the city to relocate this type of operation. This is only scaring people away and businesses away.
Caridad says to relocate all the residents, it could cost them $300,000 and then some. There's a public meeting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at City Hall on this issue.